Good morning, gamers. It's Punished Lee, and this is my review for The Last Witch Hunter, starring Vin Diesel, Elijah Wood, Rose Leslie, and Michael Caine. This movie was recommended to me by Hoffman. In this movie, Vin Diesel plays a 13th century witch hunter named Calder, and in a battle with a powerful witch, he's given the curse of immortality. Now, Calder continues to serve the witch hunting order of the Axe and Cross throughout the centuries. The rest of the movie takes place in present-day New York, whereupon witches and witch hunters have reached a truce, just on the terms that the witches don't use magic on humans. Calder serves as law enforcement for the secret society and ensures that the witches hold up their end of the bargain. And throughout the centuries, he's assisted by a succession of priests known as Dolans. Calder's current and 36th Dolan, played by Michael Caine, is about to retire to be replaced by the 37th Dolan, played by Elijah Wood. However, the next day, the 36th Dolan is found dead, prompting Calder and the 37th Dolan to investigate. This is where they find out that Michael Caine's character was actually murdered by a witch, which is an unprecedented crime and signals some sort of rebellion by the witches. The rest of the movie follows Calder, the 37th Dolan, and a sympathetic witch played by Rose Leslie as they try to solve this mystery and restore peace between the witches and witch hunters. The writing and acting in this movie are both very solid. Everyone gives a pretty good performance, and no one felt like they were just phoning in the performance. The movie's camera work and editing also achieve what they set out to do. The action sequences are also quite good. They're flashy, but not ridiculous. It's got nothing on something like John Wick, but they're pretty short and sweet. The CGI in the movie is serviceable even in 2023. This movie originally came out in 2015, so that's nothing to scoff at. And all the costuming is very well done. Especially the big bad witch. She looks like she's rotting away and looks like really gross and disgusting, I guess in a good way. And her costume and makeup, it's all practical effects. The score by Steve Jablonsky, who also did the soundtracks for Gears of War, if that rings a bell for you. He gets the job done in this movie. I actually noticed the soundtrack while I was watching the movie. It didn't just fade into obscurity, which is kind of like the case for a lot of other action movies out there. Now for the cons, there's really not too much I disliked about the movie. One thing I feel is that Vin Diesel may have been a miscast. I just feel like the movie experience would have profited for someone else filling the role, because he feels a little goofy in some parts. Like there are flashbacks and it's him with like a top knot and a beard because he's supposed to be kind of like a Viking or something. And it just kind of took me out a little bit just because it looked a little funny. The reason why I feel this way is probably because like of Fast and Furious and, the Vin Diesel memes out there. But I mean, some real Vin Diesel heads probably could convince me that he's perfect for the movie. This is just some sort of impression that I got. And while the writing is pretty solid overall, it can get a little cheesy at times. I remember this one line where Vin Diesel turns to Elijah Wood and he's like, "This guy we're about to meet is a level 14 warlock." And he literally says that. I mean, honestly pretty funny. But if you're trying to take the movie seriously, it might take you out a little bit. But this is a fantasy movie with like witches and witch hunters fighting each other in present day New York. So, I mean, I would give it a pass. And the last thing is that Vin Diesel and Elijah Wood actually have a bit of like a buddy cop dynamic in the beginning of the movie. And I actually liked it quite a bit. But it's really only for the beginning of the movie, and then Elijah Wood kind of gets swapped out for Rose Leslie as the love interest for Vin Diesel. And frankly, without giving any spoilers, I think the movie would have benefited if Elijah Wood was in the movie more, filling that buddy cop role with Vin Diesel. To wrap things up, The Last Witch Hunter is a surprisingly solid fantasy film. And I say surprising because if you look at the plot of the movie and you see it's starring Vin Diesel, it seems like a movie pretty easy to fumble and make cheesy in the execution of it. But it comes out pretty good. It's not reinventing the wheel by any means, but it definitely punches above its weight. If you're in the mood for a fun fantasy film, I can recommend it. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. And at the time of this recording, you can watch it for free with no ads on YouTube. I hope this review was helpful for you, and thank you for watching.